Hi everyone, and welcome to FET Phase English Didactics. So this is a really wonderful course. I've been teaching it for quite a few years, and I've always so enjoyed taking people through this. What you can expect from this course is an overview of the theory of teaching, as well as how it applies to FET English. So I just want to take you through some of the admin when it comes to finding your way around this course. This is the module outline. So this has a lot of really great information, a lot of important information, table of contents, obviously. There's an introduction, so this is a great way for you to go through and figure out what the course is actually about. Using this module outline, this module on Learn, so this gives you some great guidelines on VCLearn, the icons used, so what does it mean when you see that either in this module, in the manual module, or on VCLearn. So module resources, I do just want to point out there are no prescribed textbooks. So Wisebooks is correct. At the moment, there are no prescribed textbooks. There is the module manual. So that is your main source. The module manual plus the content on VCLearn, plus your collabs and all of these videos. Now, the CAPS curriculum will also be needed, and the Learn content. So those are the most important of the recommended and digital resources. You will definitely need to use the CAPS curriculum, and we will be going through that as well. Then next, we have the module purposes, what you will be able to do at the end of this module. And here we have a breakdown of your assessments. So the first assessment is your integrated curriculum engagement, also known as your US tasks. So there will be 6 US tasks available to you. I would highly recommend you do all 6 as part of your revision and learning and part of your study regime. You will need to complete 4 US tasks in order to achieve 10% of your final mark. So 10% of your final mark is reserved for your US tasks, is made up of your 4 US tasks. So each of the 4 US tasks that you submit is worth 2.5%. So these are participation activities. So if you complete 4 of those US tasks to an acceptable standard, you will be awarded that 10%. So for example, if there is a test out of 25 and the pass mark is 20, as long as you get 20 for that test, you will be awarded that 2.5% for that particular US task. So if you complete 4 of those tests and you get the accepted mark, you will get that 10% for the US task. Then we have assignment 1, which is 25%, and that is based on learning units 1 and 2. Then assignment 2, which is 30%, that is based on learning unit 3, and then the summative assignment is based on all of the learning units. Then we've got some assessment guidelines for you. We have the module pacer. So essentially, what this module outline does is it gives you an overview of learning unit 1. So there's your overview of what you will be doing. And then it gives you a breakdown of the different themes. So learning unit 1, introduction, diversity, teaching approaches, and terminology. So theme 1 is introduction to the diverse classroom. So what you will be able to achieve at the end of this is justify the importance of understanding diversity in the FET classroom. Then introduction to language skills, you'll be able to discuss the relationship between listening and speaking, discuss phonetics and phonology in listening and speaking, discuss the relationship between reading and viewing, differentiate between writing and presenting, and differentiate between structure and conventions. Then approaches to teaching language, approaches to teaching literature, and terminology. Then we go through learning unit 2, it's the exact same thing, learning unit 3, learning unit 3 breakdown, and so on and so forth. So there are 4 learning units, and this is all covered in your manual outline. So it's just a breakdown of the general overview of your course. Then we go on to the module manual. So this, it has the same front cover, but it does specify module manual. This is your primary resource. So it gives you all of your online databases. The library online databases are available to you on the student intranet. You go to the library and there is a wonderful variety of online resources that you have access to. So please make free use of those. Table of contents using this manual, with the introduction, module resources. So there is no textbook. This is your primary resource. Module purpose and outlines. It's got the assessments once again. Glossary of key terms. So this is actually very, very important. And this is a wonderful resource for you to keep, not just for this course, but for all of the courses. And further on into teaching English. Fantastic resource for you there. Then we have learning unit 1. So what happens here is we have a lot more information. So learning unit 1 in this module outline, module manual, what you're going to find, there are some discrepancies between the naming conventions, between the module manual and the module outline and what's on VCLearn. So what is on VCLearn is the naming convention that we use for this module. So please don't worry if you do notice, for example, that this calls learning unit 1 has got an introduction, it's got learning outcome 1, theme 1 for the learning introduction. Please don't worry about that. This is in fact learning unit 1, theme 2 is the English skills, but just follow what you see on VCLearn under the learning units. That is the naming conventions. But all the information that you do need is available in this module manual and on VCLearn. So you shouldn't have any problems. So we go through and we've got some great resources for you. There we go. And then we've also got some great activities. So you can go through those as well. Okay, I'm not going to go through all 81 pages because I think you get the gist of this. Then we have your semester planner. So this is on VCLearn under more resources, admin. This is what you are going to be focusing on every week. Now, it also gives you your live collabs and the NSS sessions. With this is a strongly recommended guide to pacing your learning. So if you follow this, you will find that you are very able to cope with all of the work in this module. Obviously, life happens. There are going to be weeks where you have less time, or, you know, something lifelike happens and you actually just can't get through any of the work that week, that does happen. This is not prescriptive. This is not, if you do not complete this by the end of this week, there's going to be a huge problem. Why we want to show you what you should be getting through every week is to prevent a situation where 3/4 of the way through the semester, you realize you are very far behind in all of your modules or in one particular module, and suddenly it's going to be really difficult to catch up. That's what we really want to avoid. So if you find there is a week where life just happens and you can't get through the work, that isn't a problem. That's just life. What you will then do is you will try and catch up as much as you can the next week. So even if you do that week's work, the week that you missed, plus half of the next week, and then the same thing the following week. So you're doing like a week and a half's worth of work that'll catch you up. Or else you'll find you have a week where you've got a lot less on your plate. You might want to go on ahead. That's absolutely great. So please understand this as a guide. If you don't complete the activity, or you don't complete the activity by that week, that isn't a problem. This is really to help you guys. So follow it as much as possible. Try and keep to the schedule as far as possible in order to save yourself problems towards the middle and the end of the semester. So our live collabs, by now you should know about them. We have them from 6 to 7. They are all on your calendar. They are all in the course room on VCLearn. So you go to Blackboard Collaborate, you join the course room. That is a time where I go over some of the important concepts, and also a time for you to ask some questions, any areas that are worrying you, any areas that you want further elaboration on. That is the time to do it. So they're very, very useful. Then we have the NSS. So that is the National Support Session. What that is when we go through the assignments. So our first NSS assignment for this module is on the 5th of April. It's from 6 to 7. And what happens is I just go through the questions of the assignment. You will have already started working on the assignment because the assignment is due on the 20th of April. So please don't wait until the NSS to start working on your assignment. The assignments are straightforward. There is no reason why you shouldn't be able to start working on them by yourself. You absolutely can start working on them by yourself. Please do so. Bring what you have to the session. So have another screen open on your laptop or on your desktop, and you can check to see if you are on the right track, if you've gone way off course somewhere. And this is really just a session to make sure everyone is on the same page with the assignment. So I just go through it, check that you understand all the questions, and if you've got a specific area that is really bothering you, okay, this question asks about multimodality, but I'm still not sure I understand multimodality. Can you go over multimodality in the next session? Or if we've got time after the session, can you please do it? Or can you upload a video on multimodality? So that's a very valuable resource to you. So that is the semester planner. You will also find your assessment structure under more resources. This one I had a little bit of fun with, so it's a little bit more colorful. So your final mark is made up of your 10% for ICE tasks. Remember, each of the ICE tasks you submit to an acceptable standard is worth 2.5%. So if you submit 2 ICE tasks, you will get 5%. The ICE tasks, very important. Please make sure that you do submit 4 ICE tasks. It's a very important component of your mark, because as long as you are completing them properly, it's a guaranteed 10%. Assignment 1 is 25%, assignment 2 is 30%, and then the summative is 35%, and there's some important information. Just to reiterate, all tasks must be submitted on VCLearn. Okay, you cannot email any tasks in. They all have to go through VCLearn. So that is a general overview of some of the admin to do with this course. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me.